So today we're going to look at a really different kind of art exhibition. This is one where the main masterpiece isn't something hanging on a wall or sitting on a pedestal. Nope, the masterpiece is you. Right away, the whole experience starts before you even see a single piece of art. It all begins with this unusual invitation that honestly feels a lot more like a warning. I mean, look at this. This sign sets the entire tone. Just imagine walking up to a gallery and seeing this at the door. It's provocative, right? A little unsettling, and it immediately makes you wonder what on earth is inside. Which is a totally fair question. When we think of danger, we think of, physical risk. But this exhibition, it seems to be hinting at a whole different kind of peril. Maybe the danger is to our assumptions, or the risk is to how we see ourselves? And then you find out what's really going on. The main medium here isn't paint or stone, it's mirrors. So the danger, it turns out, isn't external at all. It's the risk of confrontation, of what you might see when you're forced to just look at yourself. So with that pretty ominous setup in mind, let's step inside and see how this self-exhibition actually works. The concept itself is actually surprisingly simple. As you walk through the space, you're met with your own reflection. But written over that reflection is a phrase in German, jeder Mensch ist Kunst, and that translates to every person is art. But here's where it gets really clever. The exhibition plays with this idea. A lot of the pieces just start with those first two words, jeder Mensch, or every person, and then they just leave it blank. It's like an invitation, a challenge for you, the viewer, to finish the sentence yourself. So you're standing there, you're looking in the mirror, you see your own face, and your mind just naturally starts filling in that blank. Every person is unique. It's a natural, pretty positive place to start. Or hey, maybe you go a little deeper. Every person has value. See, now that moves beyond just being different, and it starts to touch on this idea of inherent self-worth. Or you could land on something even more fundamental. Every person counts. It's such a simple, powerful statement of existence. The genius of this whole thing is that the art is actually being created in your own head. But this experience doesn't just stay on a personal level. It builds from that individual reflection into a much, much broader social statement. It's not just about you, it's about us. You see, by starting every single thought with every person, the exhibition makes this powerful, unwavering stand. It's insisting that whatever you fill in that blank with has to apply to everyone, no exceptions. It's a really simple linguistic trick to fight against exclusion. Let's just break that down for a second. The word jeder, or every, is absolute. There are no asterisks here, no fine print. It's a word that just demolishes categories and puts every single one of us on the same level. And then there's the word Mensch, or person. Notice it's not every citizen, or every believer, or every man. It's every person. That's a term that connects all of us at the most basic, fundamental level of our shared humanity. And this is where you really feel the true power of the whole thing. It doesn't need to shout. The mirrors with this phrase, they become what the creators call a stummer Schrei, a silent scream. It's this quiet but incredibly forceful demand for us to look at ourselves, and then to look at others, and to actually do something about prejudice. Now, this idea of putting the viewer smack in the middle of the artwork, it might feel brand new, but it actually has some really deep roots in a revolutionary art movement from the 20th century. There was this hugely influential German artist, Joseph Beuys, who once declared that the human being itself is the ultimate artwork. Now, you have to remember, he was working in post-war Germany, a time of huge social rebuilding. So this wasn't just some nice, fuzzy sentiment. It was a radical redefinition of what art could even be. It suggested that everyone has the creative potential to shape the world. And this really helps clarify that massive shift in thinking. Traditionally, right, art is an object you go and look at. But in this new way of thinking, in concept art, art is an idea you participate in. The artist might start the work, but it's you, the viewer, who completes it, with your presence, your reflection, your thoughts. You're not just the audience anymore. You are the art. And the exhibition doesn't just hint at this, it spells it right out for you. It literally asks the question, wer ist Kunst? Who is art? And the answer it gives includes some famous artists who explored this idea, like Tim Ulrich and Joseph Beuys. And then it adds one last crucial name, ich, me, or in this case, you.
But here's the thing. This entire experience, it isn't designed to just stay inside the gallery walls. Its real purpose is to follow you home. The real goal here is to take this big idea and use it to fundamentally change a simple daily ritual that pretty much every single one of us does without even thinking about it.
The creators have this fantastic German term for it, das Spiegelgesicht am Morgen, which means the mirror face in the morning. You know what that is? It's that first look you give yourself each day, before you've fully composed yourself, before you've put on the different masks you need for work or school or just dealing with people. It's your most authentic self.
And that, right there, is where the exhibition truly lives on. Every single time you look in the mirror, you're stepping back into that gallery. You are, once again, both the viewer and the art.
So it really just leaves us with this one final lingering question. After you've experienced an idea like this, that daily glance in the mirror is no longer just a routine. It's a creative act. So the next time you look, will you just see the flaws and imperfections, or will you see a complex, unique, and totally irreplaceable work of art looking back at you?